first point of the game. This game here is between H.F.B and the team titled We Don't Need Max. That was the first score of the game. Score is 1-0. We don't need Max. And another quick strike by We Don't Need Max. So the score right now is 2-0. We don't need Max on top. I believe that's Chris Rhines taking the disc in. Jake on the mark. Shovels it off to Chris Moore. Up the line to Brad. Falls incomplete. Hugh takes the disc in. Nice swing pass to Jake. Jake throws it up. Connects with Hugh, I believe. Swings it across to Jake for the score, making it 3-0. The last score there, I believe, was from Jake to Hugh, making it 3-0. Thought they scored before they actually had. Right now, it looks like Brad with the disc. A dump pass there to Chris Moore. Chris Moore over to Lindsay. Oh, nice defense by Steve. Steve dumps it off to Jake. Jake throws deep. Oh, can't quite connect with Hugh. All right, Brad takes the disc in. Swings to Chris Moore. Swings to Rhines. Give and go to Chris Moore. Tosses it up. Oh, a little bit too high. No, 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 no. You can't sub on the fly. Down the field pass doesn't quite connect there to Jake. Chris Rhines with the swing to Chris Moore off the line. Chris Moore finds Brad up the middle. Brad sees Rob. Dumps it off to Moore. Oh, can't quite connect with Brad there. So Katie Cakes brings the disc in. Oh, and the connection there to Josh Shaw. So that was We Need Max's fourth score. Their third score I missed, sorry about that. That was a pass from Jake to Hugh. And Brad there with a nice catch. Brings it in for their first score of the game. Making it 1-4. We don't need Max on top. That's Jake taking it in, instantly goes with the huck, finds Hugh just short of the end zone, shovels it off to Steve in the end zone. 5-1, we don't need Max on top. Right. Jake there off the pole. toss there from Brad to Zach Barnes. Goes deep. Dumpy comes up with it. And Dumpy finds Lindsay in the end zone for their second score of the game. So right now, score is 5-2. We don't need Max on top. All right, Hugh there with the disc, passes it off to Katie Cakes, who finds Jake going up the middle. Jake, through some traffic, finds Steve in the back of the end zone. So I believe that makes it 6-2. All right, disc is off. Good give and go work there by Chris Moore and Brad. Good cut there by Zach, who's rewarded with the disc. And Zach finds Dumpy in the back of the end zone for their third score. So 6-3 right now. H.F.B is making a slight comeback. All right, and the disc is off. Jake takes a disc in off the line. Jake finds Hugh near the sideline. Pushes it up the line to Steve. Oh, and that pass there by Steve is deflected by Chris Moore. Chris Moore finds Brad. And that's a timeout there. All right, and resuming again. Brad to Dumpy, Dumpy up to Lindsay in the end zone. That's their fourth score. So right now, I believe that's halftime. Score is 6-4. We don't need Max on top. And we're beginning the second half now. The score right now is 6-4 with We Don't Need Max ahead of H.F.B. That's Chris Rhines with the disc in the back of the end zone. Rhines finds Lindsay, I believe. Lindsay sees Rob on the side. He throws a Blady pass. He gets swatted down by Josh Shaw. Jake Philbrown on the disc. Throws up a pass. Sees Shawzy in the back of the end zone. As long as that's not contested, I think that's a score. Looks like they're talking it over right now. All right, the pull is off. Verdict is point was scored, which makes the score 7-4. H.F.B on top. Chris Moore gets it off the. Chris Rhines gets it off the corner to Chris Moore. Finds Lindsay Burlock over to her brother Brad. The sibling hookup right there. Oh, couldn't quite connect there. Pretty good pass by Brad, but just wasn't quite close enough. All right. That's Shawzy with the disc. Oh, Lindsay with a big D. Good work there. All right, Brad quickly putting the disc in play on the sideline. Finds Chris Moore, looks over to Lindsay in the end zone, and that makes it 7-5. We don't need Max over here for beer. And the pull is off. Jake takes the disc in play. Throws it there down the court. Sees Hugh. He connects with Shawzy in the end zone, making it 8-5. We don't need Max on top. Disc is in. Right. So Brad sends it off the corner to Chris Moore. Chris Moore finds Chris Rhines there. Tries to throw it up the line. Curves out of bounds. Hugh there with the disc on the corner. Finds Steven Sweat. Looks and finds Jake with an athletic catch there. Throws it off. It's intercepted by Chris Moore. Throws it downfield. Looks like it falls incomplete there to Lindsey Burlock. Jake with the disc. Cross field. Yeah, but knocked away by Lindsey. This is Chris Moore with the disc on the sideline. Tries to get it there to Brad, but it's knocked away by Hugh. Oh, and the downfield pass there, swatted away by Rhines. A lot of turnovers here right now. Rhines sees Lindsey. Lindsey looks over to her brother Brad. Brad sees Rhines. He finds Chris Moore. Chris Moore looks into the end zone and finds Dumpy there. Alright, and the pulls off. That last score makes it 8-6. We don't need Max ahead of Here for Beer. Jake throws it up. Oh, can't quite connect there with Shazi. Chris Moore taking the disc in play. Finds Lindsey Burlock. Sees Brad. Brings it off. I think there was a foul called there. We're talking it over right now. Oh, disc is in. Chris Morris sees Zach Barnes. He finds Lindsey Burlock in the end zone, making it, I believe, 8-7. And the disc is in. It's anybody's game right now. Jake's crossfield pass falls incomplete. Chris Rhines takes it in off the sideline. Looks up the field, finds Chris Moore. And I think he was in the end zone. And that score knocks it up at 8. And the disc is in. All right, so the score right now is tied at 8. They've got roughly a minute to play. That was a turnover there. So now, Here for Beer with their first lead of the game at 9-8. Jake takes the disc in. Up the field, he sees Hugh. He passes it off to Jake. Discrepancy on the play. Jake to Hugh. Shines on the tight mark. Finds Katie. Looks up the field. I think he finds Hugh. A little bit of a collision there. They're ready to play again. He looks a little bit shaken up. He dumps it back to Katie. Katie tosses it over to Hugh. And the defense there by Brad. I think there might have been some foul called. It's coming back. The disc is in. Falls incomplete there. Wow, big D by Hugh. So they keep playing. Hugh takes the disc in on the corner. Finds Jake. Jake with the hook. Finds Hugh. I'm not sure if he was in or not. Not sure what the call is there.